Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to the videos to the paid request, this time from DavieVids. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And anytime if you do send by PayPal, the best way for what I believe is choose the family, friends, or gift, that option. Seems like it works better with PayPal. But anyway, DavieVids wanted me to rank these cult comedies from best to worst. They gave me 10 of them. And I guess I'll name them from best to worst off the bat. Of the 10 he chose, the one I liked the most is easily The Big Lebowski. The Big Lebowski is one of my favorite comedies. I can watch that anytime and laugh my ass off. Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Steve Buscemi. I love that cast. I love the way they interact with each other. I love John Goodman's character. Yet you're in a world of pain. It's to me, marked zero. You don't enter a world of pain. He's a pederast. What's a pederast, Walter? Shut the fuck up, Donnie. just off the bat, like, shut the fuck up, Donnie. And like the Jeff Bridges character, the dude is such a cool guy. I know it seemed like after this, Jeff Bridges kind of inadvertently adapted the dude persona without realizing it. Just now, anytime it seems like I see him, he's always just being the dude. So it's like the role was so genuine with him that he just became the dude. El Duderino, the dude abides. It's just a very interesting way of doing kind of a detective mystery story. And you also got like Julianne Moore, Philip Seymour Hoffman, John Turturro. You pull a gun on me, I take it away with you, stick up your ass, and pull the trigger till it goes click. Jesus. That's right. Don't fuck with the Jesus. There's someone that did a very funny, I'm sure it's on YouTube. They took the 80s Ninja Turtles cartoon and they put the voices of Big Lebowski in it. I guarantee they did because someone has the line, shut the fuck up, Donnie. It's only like a minute long, but I'm sure you can find it. Someone like dubbed the cartoon. They did a couple of them actually years ago. You can find them on YouTube. It's hilarious. I forget what it's called, but it's pretty funny stuff. Or like Walter's John Grimm's character always talking about Vietnam. That means nothing, dude. I did your toe. I did your toe by 4:30 right now. What the fuck does that really have to do with Vietnam, Walter? God damn you. Just hell, I did again. I don't watch that. I don't want to listen to the fucking Eagles, man. I'm just saying these random stuff off, just the stuff that makes me smile, makes me laugh. I don't like your jerk off face. I don't like you, jerk off. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. Ah, you fucking fascist. That's one of the things that I say that line. He's a fascist, he's a fucking fascist, because of that line from Big Lebowski. So I love the film to death. Again, it's in my top 10 favorite comedies. I love the film. Number 2, I put Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Really, the Terry Gilliam film I like the most. I like Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro's performance. I love the visual aesthetic and style Terry Gilliam gives. I think it's appropriate for the Hunter S. Thompson novel to be showcased like that. I liked when Bill Murray played Hunter S. Thompson in Where the Buffalo Roams. I like this more though because again it has the visuals that you would associate with this trippy acid style verbose dialect that Hunter S. Thompson would showcase when he was alive. And also a lot of people in it. There's like Gary Busey has a scene, Christina Ricci has a scene, I think Tobey Maguire has a scene, a lot of familiar faces in there. And just a very quirky, weird, trippy, at times funny movie. And I always remember the one sobering, just this crazy event. Like this is why how do I explain it? Throughout the most of the film, sorry, Gramsa. Throughout most of the film, there's kind of this wild, rambunctious freedom of let's showcase what we can and can't do. I mean, how people felt back in the day in the 60s or such. And then, like, near the end of the film, in this diner, I would call the sober scene, where finally something clicks, it seems, with Johnny Depp's character. Where they're at a diner, Benicio del Toro is just, his character just becomes completely mean to this waitress. For no reason. Just cruel. And she's kind of there just staring down and crying. And then you look at Johnny Depp, and it's like the only time in the film where his character doesn't say anything. Doesn't narrate, doesn't comment, doesn't joke, doesn't do a crazy antic. Kind of just stares at her. And it's almost like a sense of shame, or a sense of the first time he's feeling bad for someone. Just something about that. Maybe I'm looking too much into it, but when I saw it, I went, okay, there's something more to this here, and even without dialogue, it says a lot. And I don't know, something about that scene stuck with me. Maybe I'm the only one that felt that way, but moments of that showcase really good direction by Terry Gilliam in this movie. And this film came out, and it bombed badly. Critics hated it. Which is strange. It seems like a film critics would have loved, but they hated it. But either people just thought it was too weird, or they didn't get it. I don't know. But Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas I do quite enjoy. Number 3, Napoleon Dynamite. I've always enjoyed the movie. John Heater. Granted, it's the film he's going to be the most well known for, but did a good job. It's been a while since I've seen it, so the details are fuzzy just because it's been quite a few years, but I do remember enjoying the director's certain style, which he also brought to Nacho Libre, which I also liked with Jack Black. Very, like, kind of clean, harmless fun, because these films are, like, rated PG. But at the same time, just has a different type of vibe, which sells throughout the entire movie. That I was something about the vibe makes me laugh, whether it be Napoleon talking with his brother dealing with his girlfriend, certain bits where they're kind of awkward, staring at each other, and one just slaps the other and leaves. Just the sort of out of the blue stuff like that makes me chuckle. Or even stuff like they're supposed to, like, get eggs, and then they're, like, eating these, like, pickled eggs or something, and then one guy's, like, mumbling, "Oh, we got a guy over there." Something about that weird case of Americana. I wouldn't say it's relatable, but I could feel like I might have encountered some of these folks once or twice before, so. Like I said, it didn't feel like it was a copy of something else. It felt like its own original animal, and I appreciate that because it's hard to do, especially today's age. And I am surprised. I know there's like a short-lived cartoon. I'm surprised they never did a sequel. I'm not saying they should. They should not. But I'm just surprised they never did a sequel. Number 4, Office Space. That's the fun one with Mike Judge directing. I've reviewed that film. The review's on the channel. But I do like the cast of characters. It's relatable to people that work the blue collar. Well, the 9-to-5 office space. But the same, even the blue collar people, about how it worked and how you boss. The guy who plays his boss did a wonderful job. Yeah. we'll have to have you come in Sunday as well. Well, he's trying to be nice, but he's also very, very passive-aggressive, too. So it just makes you hate him even more. I love the... My stapler, the Murray stapler, if you tape my stapler, don't put down the building. Yeah, don't put down the building. Like I said, it has just a nice, soothing rhythm to its humor. Nothing feels too forced or out of place, or run about with subplots that are not needed. And I'm kind of a wish fulfillment because our lead character does stuff that we want to do in our jobs. Just not come to work, sleep a good day, and then get not punished but go up the food chain because of it. And it's about a guy, you know, finding a bit of a happier place of work for him. But yeah, I have a review of it up if you want to hear more about that. Number 5, A Fish Called Wanda, which I believe Kevin Kline won an Oscar for his role. Now, I don't know if he deserved an Oscar, but I do remember it being a fun bit with him and how easily he would get angry. You asshole! he was pretty entertaining in the film. You had Jamie Lee Curtis, you got John Cleese. How Kevin Kline always get mad at John Cleese and get mad and be the angry American, and he would do kind of this like being very hyped of his body, and like I said, it's been a while since I've seen it. And in a way, they tried to do a spiritual sequel called Fierce Creatures. Although I don't remember hating that film either. I remember Fish Called Wanda being better, but Fierce Creatures I remember not minding as well. But it kind of has the same 4 principal cast members, so it felt like a spiritual sequel to that. I'm not saying any details because it's been like 10 years since I've seen that movie. But I do remember liking the film. And it's called A Fish Called Wanda because, was it Michael Palin? His character is kind of a guy that throughout the film is always getting hurt and punished. He has a fish called Wanda, and Kevin Kline is being such an asshole, it eats him. And that's why now Michael Palin, wants revenge on Kevin Kline by the end of the film. But I do remember that being an entertaining movie. Number 6, Idiocracy, which I know now is a documentary. Luke Wilson did a good job as the lead. You had Terry Crews as the president. Was it Camacho? You had shows like Ow My Balls, which you say is a take on Jackass, among other stuff. There's ads everywhere. The dumbing down of language, where we'll say certain words or phrases much more shortened. And like I said, you watch that film, it's like you can kind of see this stuff happening in the real world today. The dumbing down of everybody. And kind of sad and depressing. But, what can you do? So, Idiocracy, like I said, as I see Luke Wilson as the lead, he's a very capable performer. There's not a whole... he got to be, I guess, the lead in the Old School. And there's a few other little stuff here. Was it my Super Ex-Girlfriend, I believe? So there's been a couple movies. I also didn't mind Dax Shepard in there. Pretty much it's about a guy in our time. Him and someone else, they get ported to the future. But the future has been so dumb that even though he's of average intelligence, he's looked at as the smartest man on the planet. And they try, he's trying to figure out how to deal with this dumb world. But it's Mike Judge, so he does a bit smarter than other people would. Then you get to number 7, Half Baked. Half Baked I don't mind. but it's just I don't mind. I felt like it could have been more because you got people like Dave Chappelle in there, and it's weed, stoner humor. Like I said, I don't mind the film. Him and Jim Brewer and other people. My favorite bit is the one guy who, when he quits, he's like, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you, I'm out. And he throws up and hits someone in the face. That's easily my favorite scene. I fucking love that scene. There are some movies I remember not minding. I would say I like the Harold and Kumar films more, Cheech and Chong films more, among other stoner comedies. But it still got some entertainment value. I just felt like Dave Chappelle, he did it like that. It seems like a lot more he could have done. I don't know if there were. There's some. I don't know what was going on behind the scenes of it. But it's not a bad film at all. It is an entertaining film. It's just not a film I've rewatched much. So I don't really remember much about it except that one scene I mentioned that I love. And then number 8, Dazed and Confused. Meh. I know everybody loves Dazed and Confused. I don't remember hating the film. It's just kind of, really, I don't remember. Really, just the cast. You got Matthew McConaughey. You got Ben Affleck. You got Jason London. You got Mila Jovovich, Adam Goldberg. Matthew McConaughey say the line, "I get older and they stay the same." Talk about the ages of the girls. But if you're, it's one of those films I watched once. I didn't retain much of anything to remember about it, but I never cared to watch it again. And I know I reviewed the film, and I remember not hating the film, but at the same time, it wasn't really. I didn't see the. For a film that's supposed to be this big milestone for a lot of people, for a generation of people, I guess I just didn't get it. I guess it's just one of those films I just didn't get it. I don't know. Again, it's not a bad film. It just, I'd probably say I might like Fast 10's Ridgemont High a bit more. But I just one of those films I just didn't get. And number 9, Road Trip. I didn't hate the film, but it's okay. You got Tom Green kind of bookending the movie and talking with a group of people on this tour about this adventure his friends had. And you got Sean William Scott knowing the positive nature of being milked. And you have the one kid losing his virginity to big old women. But it's one of those scenes where, like, again, I didn't mind it, I guess, but it's not a favorite of mine either. It in kind of that American Pie realm of movies. You can probably tell, like, the comedies I enjoy more is, I don't mind raunchy comedies, but they're not the comedies I go more towards. Because I looked, okay, The Golden Child, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, Planes, Trains, Automobiles, The Big Lebowski, National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1, 3 Men and a Baby, Crocodile Dundee, Clerks. I mean, the dialogue, but that's pretty much his dialogue. Scrooge with Bill Murray, Stripes, Ghostbusters, Tommy Boy, Jumpin' Jack Flash. I guess this is a different type of comedy I'm into. But again, there's raunchy comedies I don't mind. It's just not my bread and butter when it comes to comedies, I guess. And that kind of falls into that route. But not a bad film. And number 10, the last one, is really the only one I don't like. It's Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I never liked this film. I've watched it again. I still don't like the film. You could talk all day long about, well, the character's meant to be unlikable because of X, Y, and Z reasons. I don't care. I still find the character that I almost said Jesse Eisenberg, Michael Cera plays. I still find him such a piece of trash character who is going out with girls that it wasn't she underage, but then at the same time she's not, and then like he's being a very selfish individual, and then the girl he wants is even more of a selfish douchebag dickwad of a lady. The one played by was it Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and okay he's got to fight all these evil exes, but at the same time it feels like they're exes because she was the bad egg. She was the one who fucked it up. Like she seems like the real villain of the movie. The most toxic one of them all. And I don't see why Michael Cera is so in love with this person who gives two shits about him, gives two little iota of fucks about him would be better than what she gives to him now. And you say, well, that's the point. It's a parody. It's this. That. Well, I can appreciate the visuals being very, 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 very video game heavy. You know, the pee meter going down when he's taking a piss. The one-up that he gets. People get defeated, they turn the coins. I can appreciate, okay, it's not meant to be taken seriously because there's a lot of crazy, weird stuff, like the Brandon Routh, what was he, a vegan, and there's the vegan police, and one of them is Thomas Jane. I can appreciate the weird, off-kilter stuff, but just I'm following two characters who are hateable. Scott Pilgrim is a mouth-breathing, fuckwad, waste of space, and Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character is a bitchy, soulless, lack of emotion, cause the ordeal of everybody who don't give a fuck about the lead character. And I don't care if you guys get together. I don't want it. In fact, I want you both of these characters to die. Let's get some of these other characters to the forefront. Give more of a shit about them. Fucking hate the characters, which makes me hate the story. And must be called Scott Buttplug versus the world. Scott Buttplug. Fuck Scott Pilgrim. Never liked it. Never cared for it. I didn't think the humor was that funny. And I definitely didn't think the characters were that interesting. Well, you're not supposed to like them. Well, then good. I guess it did its job. I still don't like them by the end. I don't give a fuck what happens to them. That's my point, though. I also don't find them interesting of characters. Most of Mary Elizabeth Winstead's performance is one note, one emotion. On purpose, I know. On purpose. Not her fault. But I don't give a shit. That's really the only of this list I hate. So, best to worst, The Big Lebowski, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Napoleon Dynamite, Office Space, A Fish Called Wanda, Idiocracy, Half-Baked, Dazed and Confused, Road Trip, and Scott Buttplug versus The Cooch. There's the list, so I don't keep repeating myself, because I have a bad habit of doing that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.